Hello and welcome to Overanalyze. My name is Levi and today I'll be covering District 19 1A. Alright, for location of this district, we're kind of around the Stephenville area, a little bit further north of that, around that area. It's kind of the biggest place close to these 1A towns here. Alright, so getting to the teams, we got Bluffdale, Gorman, Huckabee, Lingleville, Strawn, and Three-Way School. That's just what it says. So District 19, yet another dominant district in 1A. 3 teams going to the regional quarterfinals, which is a lot, and 1 going to state. I mean, just what we saw with District 8 and District 11 and District 4. It was not 14. It was 13. District 14. That's my bad. So yeah, I mean, Districts 8, 11, and 14 dominant in each of their respective regions. I mean, District 19, that's kind of the closest that we get to Region 3 so far. So getting into these teams here, we got Huckabee. They made it to the state. They represented Region 3. That was before they ran into the steel trap that is Sands. They only had they won by a lot in playoffs. They only had 1 game decided by less than 10 points. That is including their loss, but oddly enough, that loss, that close game came in the 4th game in the regional semis against Dodge City. So they beat Covington, Cherokee, Gordon, Dodge City, and Richland Springs before losing by 27 to Sands. Again, I've been consistently bringing this up, but I mean, the Sands defense was incredible. Huckabee, 50% of their possessions ended in turnover. 50%. Half of all of their possessions ended in turnovers. Their points per possession was 0.56. That was the lowest. That was the lowest by far at that state tournament. That's just incredible. So yeah, it's unfortunate that they had to play Sands in the state semis. They might have been able to beat either of the other teams there, Robert Lee, or which is and it's just but I mean, Huckabee had an incredible season. Like I said, they only won by less than 10 in 1 of their games in the first 5 rounds. So obviously they did go undefeated in district. Most of their games were also not close. I think only 1 game decided by less than 10, and it was 9. They have 2 seniors on their 9-person roster, both starters, so they are losing a couple of people, but they will have a lot of people coming back. Maybe we'll see them again. Definitely in the regional tournament, for sure, but maybe even in state again. Alright, next we got Lingleville. They made it to the regional quarters, and then they lost to Richland Springs. Ran into a metaphorical, probably physical wall. They did beat Morgan and Pretty in the first 2 rounds of the playoffs. They went 10-2 in their districts, and one of their games against Huckabee was even kind of close. One of the games against Huckabee was even kind of close. It was 9 points. That is closer than anyone else got in this district season for them. They do have 6 seniors. I'm not sure, which is a lot. That's a lot of seniors, but I'm not totally sure what role each of them played. I don't know if 2 of them were starters, 3. I don't know. Maybe more. I don't. But they do have 6 seniors. At least that's what the roster had. So I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen to them next year. All right, next we got Gorman. They got 3rd in district. But they were bounced out of the playoffs by Blum by district. Even if they did win, they would have had to face Richland Springs in the area round, and so there's not many people that want to face Richmond Springs, so they would not have advanced much farther if they had won. They lost them by district. They went 8-4. Their only losses were to the top two teams, but they were really close to losing both of their Gordon games. I think 5-4 were those margins. They have 3 seniors on their roster. I'm not totally sure how many people, but next we got Gordon. Gordon, they made it to the regional quarters. They lost to Huckabee. Too bad they had to face a district rival in playoffs, but the alternative on the other side was not much better in Richmond Springs. They went 6-6. And they were a long ways ahead of the bottom 3 teams of the district. So we can I definitely believe that the same 4 teams will show up in the playoffs next year for this district. They do have 2 seniors on the team, so they are bringing back quite a few people. Maybe they'll even be able to pick up a game next year against Gorman. They lost by combined 9 points this year. Again, 5-4. That's just tough. But maybe next year they will be able to pick up a game. All right, final predictions. So I've got Huckabee going again, 12-0. Lingleville at 10-2. Gordon 7-5. Gorman 7-5. So I got a tie there. And then at the bottom, there's not much on the bottom 3 teams. They did beat each other basically. So basically, I've got each of them at 2-10, just splitting with the other 2. So 3-way school, Strawn and Bluffdale, 2-10. Maybe that'll be different. Maybe one team goes 4-8. So I have a split between Gordon and Gorman. I have Gordon picking up a game, picking up the tie for 3rd place, and then I have the 3-way split at the bottom that I just addressed. I don't know much about them. So yeah, that's all I have for District 19 1A. Again, very dominant district for the Region 3, or the region, or the District 17 through 20 side of that, at least. Tomorrow I will cover District 20 1A. Thanks for watching.